We're on the southern coast of mainland Europe. We're in the Italian city of Genoa, and we're on final, and how beautiful is this approach. The lighting and the detail, well, it's stunning. We have multiple cruise ships in the harbour, but we're passing over container park after container park, so this is clearly a busy port in itself. As you've probably guessed by now, this is an add-on. But this is not just about the amazing detail here in Genoa, nor is it just about the airport we're about to land at, Sestri, Lima, India, Mike Juliet, and the enhancements applied to this airport. All this is just a small part of a much bigger project, and it's from a small developer one-man band that you've probably never ever heard of. Well, that is until now, of course. Welcome everybody to the SimHanger. My name's Mark, thanks for watching, and let's get started. Welcome to Italy, and welcome to Project Coastline Italy. I've been using this add-on for about 6 months. It's recently had an update, and I thought it was time to bring it to your attention. This add-on, although really it's a complete set of add-ons that comes as a single package, is an ongoing project to enhance the coastline of Italy. This includes harbours and populating them accordingly, some additional points of interest, and as you've seen, enhancement to some selected airports. This is what the in-sim map normally looks like, but as we zoom in, we can see it's been populated with a whole lot of additional details. And they're not just limited to Italy mainland. It includes Sicily and Sardinia as well, and includes some offshore islands. As you zoom in further, so more details appear, to indicate those areas of the coastline that the developer has enhanced. Neither you nor I have the time to run through all of the features available, so I've just picked a few examples that we can take a look at. This scenery is payware, it's available from SimMarket, and the cost is just over €16. In this video we'll have a look at some of the highlights and some of the out-of-the-way places. The great thing about this software is that it's still in development, and as you can see includes a whole range of different things that are added here and there. For my first example, I've chosen the island of Elba, and let's do a comparison with and without the add-on. The island of Elba being famous, of course, for the first place of exile for Napoleon. We're following the coastline down, and then we will bank to the left and fly over the main harbour itself. Just a stone's throw from the end of the harbour is Lima, India, Romeo, Juliet, Marina di Campo Airport, and we'll overfly that as well. Apologies in advance during this video if I butcher some of the Italian names. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator default scenery. We're now at the end of the harbour and the runway's just in front of us. We won't be landing there today, we just want to overfly the main buildings at the airport. That's now done. Let's have a look at a similar flight with the add-on installed. And straight away we can see there's boats in the harbour, and the coastline has been enhanced by jagged rocks. And I must say it does look fairly realistic. How accurate it is, well, I don't know. I've never been to the Isle of Elba, but it looks good. The harbour is now alive with different ships, boats, and 3D models have been added to the harbour on the left-hand side. Now let's head towards the airport. With this add-on you'll find ships along most of the coastline. Now here the airport has not been completely revamped, just a few small touches here and there. The addition of palm trees and so on, and a little bit of clutter on the ground. Back to our map, and let's go and have a look at another harbour. This time we're going to have a look at the harbour of Taranto, situated on the heel of the Italian boot. And once again we've got ships in the harbour and boats on the sea. Some of the harbour areas have been enhanced and added to make them more realistic, and many of the ships are 3D models, but not all. Should be noted, at large harbours such as this, many of the buildings remain as default. There's a fairly wide variety in terms of different boats and ship models used by the developer, and that variety just helps add to the immersion. No visit to Italy would be complete without a visit to Venice, and that's our next stop. Let's take a look. This is really a spectacular destination, and once again the developer has tidied up some of the shoreline, added boats, as well as some of the bigger cruise liners, and you will even find some gondolas in the Piazza San Marco. Venice is a favourite destination of mine to fly to in Sim, and the additions by the developer just makes the place seem a little bit more alive. Our next stop is another favourite tourist destination. We're off to Pisa, but not to look at the tower, but to have a look at the harbour, which has been significantly enhanced. We can see here, in addition to the normal 3D modelling of all the various boats and ships, the stone reinforced harbour is also shown. And here we also see that down the coast rocks have been added to protect the more low-lying areas from the rougher weather. And I guess if you went there in person, that's exactly what you'd see. Let's head back to our map, and this time let's head to Sicily. And we're going to be flying in and around Punta Resi and the Sola delle Femmine. And we're not far from Palermo. If you're not familiar with this part of the world, it's a great place to visit in Sim. It's got it all: high ground, built up areas, lots of water of course, and some challenging landings. And the airport Lima India Charlie Juliet is just off to our right and sits fairly close to where the high ground ends, and a fantastic starting point for exploration through Italy and Sicily. Whilst clearly the focus on harbours and on the coastline, it does include a few POIs, and one for me was totally unexpected, such as Safarilandia, which in fact is a zoo, based on the east coast and not far from Ravenna. Can be quite hard to find, so the developers got 3 hot air balloons flying above it. This wildlife zoo does exist in the real world, with a focus of children getting hands-on with wildlife. We've got elephants and giraffes, zebras and a bucket load of horses, and a few hippos thrown in for good measure as well, and some of them are animated. Well, it's difficult to cover everything that this scenery package includes, but I hope at least I've been able to give you a taste, and I look forward to future updates and expansion for this scenery package. A lot of work here, clearly a labour of love, or perhaps blood, sweat and tears. If Italy is a favourite destination of yours, well, then this package is certainly worth a look. I'll leave the SimMarket link to this package in the notes below for anybody interested. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. Take care, look after yourselves, see you again soon, and bye for now.